Can you get comfortable with things not yet manifested? But you really got to get to the point where you can say yes to that before things can start flowing easily to you. Because it's that exact discomfort that you feel that's withholding it from you. See, what this is doing is it's causing a longer and longer and longer delay in your manifestation. That feeling you feel when it hasn't happened yet. And then you notice that it hasn't happened yet. That's a feeling, that's an indicator within you that your energy and your frequency that you're sending out to the universe is asking for more of that specific feeling. This is one of the biggest things that tripped me up through my whole conscious creator lifestyle, through this whole process of being a conscious creator, was the fact that I have to get over noticing my manifestation isn't here. It's the biggest thing that's tripped me up during my whole journey, because I've consciously manifested things and I've unconsciously manifested things because we're always manifesting, right? And I've noticed the difference. And then when I was like, I'm going to make a promise to myself, an oath to myself. This is really important to me. This really resonates with me to like a core soul level. So going forward, I only want to make conscious effort in my creations. And the biggest downfall for me was always looking at my now reality and allowing that vibration to be dominant. I'm going to say that again. Always looking at my now reality, what is, and allowing that to be my dominant vibration. See, as long as your dominant vibration is tapped to the fact that it hasn't happened yet, then it can't happen. That's one of the most frustrating things you will deal with as a conscious creator. But don't worry. In this episode, you just stay with me here today, because we are going to tune ourselves to the frequency of our desire. And you're going to learn some easy and simple techniques that you can do to begin making this more effortless. It's just a switch of mindset. And the more that you practice it, the easier it becomes. You must decide as a conscious creator not to give off your vibration to what is. Yeah, as a conscious creator, you have to reach a point where you understand that when you're reacting to everything and looking at your now reality, there is an energy and a frequency that you are giving off that is in response to already what is. And as a conscious creator, you're going to learn to take that back, and you're going to learn to create your own. Yeah, we're going to now be creators of our mood, of our attitude, of our energy, of our frequency. We're going to be a creator of that, not a responder anymore. This is the shift that you really need to begin to make to become a conscious creator that actually begins manifesting the things they want, instead of getting tripped up again on what is, where you are, in the how. The biggest downfall I've ever asked myself as a conscious creator was, how am I going to make this happen? And in the focusing of how I'm going to make this happen, the energy that I gave off in these times doing that was so polar opposite to the desire I actually wanted. And I knew that because the emotion within me that happened. When you're trying to figure out how, you're never really feeling a good emotion. If you are, then that's amazing. Then you're on the right track, and your inner being's guiding you, and it's telling you how in that moment, and it feels really good with you and you're good energy. That's a great sign. But majority of the time, when you're trying to figure out how, you're sitting from your place now. Here you are. Here's where you want to be. There's this gap in the middle. How am I going to get there? And you trying to figure this all out from where you are now is only sending out an energy that cannot bring you what you want. So you really almost have to get off of the how. And you have to start tuning to the frequency of what it is you want to be. Conscious and deliberate creation comes from purposely making the intent of the energy of what it is you want and allowing the universe to bring it to you. Most of us just respond to what's happening around us, and this emits out of an energy with us, and then the universe responds to that energy we are responding with. So if your constant response is to your now reality of that it hasn't happened yet, and to the things going around you, and this is where you're giving your energy out to, this is why your life is the way it is. This is why things are happening the way they are. This is why the conversations or the thoughts that you're having are the way they are, because you're in response mode. Again, you have to make that shift into creator mode. Just like when you begin a business, especially in the social aspect online, right? When you use social media as a business, you almost have to get out of the consuming content and you have to get into creator mode. Okay, because you can get lost and spend hours just like scrolling through content. And then you've sat there and haven't created anything because you're still in consuming. You're still in that consuming mode. Okay? So very important to make the mental switch that you are now a creator. Okay, you get to create your mood. You get to create the energy. And you get to bask in that and allow the universe to bring you the people, places, and circumstances that align with it. That's why if we circle back around to the question I first asked you, are you okay with that desire not manifesting yet? And when you can actually respond to that question energetically in a way that you're okay with the fact it hasn't manifested yet, you're eager to see how the universe will unfold this for you, right? You're hopeful about it. You're excited in the evolution of it. Now you're in a closer proximity of a vibration that the universe can flow it to you. When you reach the point in your conscious creator journey that you begin allowing the energy that creates worlds to flow through you and be more deliberate in your allowing. What are you allowing in? Right? Because anytime you make a response to something, whether it's on social media, whether it's to a partner in person, coworker at work, a customer that you're speaking to, whatever's going on, there is always a response to it, okay? And just like how you're responding to that, you're responding all the time to every little thing that is going around you, what you're watching on TV, what music you're listening to. And that's normal. We are humans. We were brought up in a way that all we know is responding and reacting to what is going on and what you are observing, right? But this is where creator mode comes in. You have to create the mood. This is why I say it's so important right now. Pause this if you need to. Can you create an emotion within you? A sexual emotion, an adventurous emotion, a happy, joyful, giggly emotion. Can you create it within you? If you want to use specific things in the real physical world, like YouTube, watching a clip, something funny on Netflix, to bring that again, ignite that within you, you can. Or memories, or create a memory I talk about all the time. Okay, this is very important. This is something that you don't want to just, okay, yeah, I tried it. No, this is something you want to perfect. This is something you want to practice every day, even for 5 minutes, because I'm telling you, if you don't, life's going to go on. You're going to continue reacting to everything going on. And then you're not going to be deliberate about your creation. But if you can take time just to practice feeling emotions, especially if they're the emotions that would bring you the desire you want, because ultimately it's about feeling better. Everything we ever want is because we think we will feel better in the having of it. So let's practice igniting these emotions that already make us feel better. Now we are creators when we do that. And if you just take 5 minutes a day to do that for yourself, you're going to become more powerful at it. You're going to build that muscle. It's going to be easier for you to Maybe respond to what's happening, but then quickly let it go. Let the energy go and create what it is you want to feel without having the ulterior motive that I need to do this because if I don't do this, then I'm not going to attract what I want. No, we don't want to go through intent like that. We want to do it for the feeling of it. Something that I really want to say to you without you getting too offended, okay, is you have to stop allowing your emotions to be so up for grabs, okay? What I mean by that is like, so say somebody is mean to you or somebody's talking to you and you're not liking the conversation or how it's going and your emotions are up for grabs because you're allowing them to be on the table to be played with, okay? It's one thing to acknowledge it, but then what normally happens is we allow that to become us. We allow that to consume us. And now that conversation with that person has altered and shifted our frequency to be on a different level. That's not going to bring you what you want. Your desire doesn't reside on that frequency, right? So your emotions can't be up for grabs. You have to be more deliberate with your emotion. You have to be. This is what you want to spend time practicing. Not allowing your response to everything and going on, your reaction to everything affect your emotion. Because your emotion is very powerful. You know, thoughts are powerful, but the emotion behind it comes from your heart, and your heart is super magnetic. This is why no matter what you are saying, the universe can't respond to your words and your desire of what you want. It's responding to your emotion from your heart. Okay. And so this is why you got to take ownership of that back instead of leaving it on the table and allowing it to be morphed every time somebody does something or says something to you. Because again, that's going back to being a responder and a consumer of the content, right? But to switch into creator, it's okay to go there and notice you're there, but to be a creator, you have to acknowledge, okay, that just shifted within me. I want to walk away from this conversation. I'm going to stop this conversation. I'm going to go do something so I can feel better. It's plain and simple. Recognizing, having the awareness. And this is why I always come back to meditation, because if you're not meditating, you definitely need to. It is key, is foundation of your evolution, of your healing, of your spiritual journey. Meditation is the foundation of that. Now, there's a million ways to meditate, and I'm really talking about very passive, simple kind of meditation that you just focus on your breath or looking at a candle or some like a simple mantra. And whenever your mind goes away from that, because it will, because it's got habitual energetic patterns it's going to flop to, okay? It's noticing when it goes there and then catching it and pulling it back. And then just focusing on the candle, focusing on your breath, focusing on the mantra. Oh, there it went again. Snap back to the pattern. Now bring it back. When you do that for a specific amount of time, you build awareness without even realizing it. When you'll realize it is when you're not doing that type of meditation and you're out in the real world and you're out in your conversations, you're out doing your job. And then you notice, you're like, I'm here and I don't want to be here. I'm responding. Let me go create. And you can put your attention and the frequency and your energy somewhere else. And what's really important to tell you guys, because I love you so much and I need this reminder constantly, you don't need to feel good about the thing you want in order to bring it to you. I'm going to give you an example. A lot of this comes around money for people, okay? We have really negative connotations, bad limiting beliefs about money, but we want to attract money. So when we try to feel good about money, we are always kind of feeling lack thereof. But so you don't need to use the subject of money to feel good on money to attract money. Stay with me now. You can use anything that makes you feel good and money can come. So for example, like abundance. There are other things you can do in your life to feel abundant in. Even just realizing that you have the abundance of air to breathe. And that joyfulness and that appreciation of being able to breathe and feeling effortlessly abundance with that. That'll attract you more money than trying to feel good about money, but looking at your bank account and noticing you don't have enough money. You see that difference there? So a lot of the times, some of our desires, and when we focus on them, we get tripped up with bad energy because of the things that we got going on there. But when you have the self-awareness, you identify with that. You're like, this doesn't feel good. So if this is the emotion, if this is the energy, this is what I'm going to attract more of. So how is this working for me? This is why a lot of the times your 555 methods, the 369 methods, all these manifestation methods, right? They'll work for some and they won't for others. And why is that? Because it comes down to the emotion the person is creating when they are doing these things. Because you don't actually need a method. You just need to practice being a creator of your own mood, of your own attitude, of your own state of being. Practicing that. Now that's mastery. Because again, we can't go controlling everybody. And even if you do get that one person that you feel that you can mold into how you want them to be and have control over them to treat you a specific way, somebody else is going to come into your life and show you that you can't control things. There's things out of your control outside of you. This is why you want to get good at controlling your own emotion. That's the answer to it all. Because you can't control other people as much as you want to, or other things. And trust me, from your inner being's point of view, you wouldn't even want to control that person. Because your inner being knows how the creation process works. It wants you to connect with it. You have this guidance within you. It speaks to you from your emotion. It is the external and eternal soul part of you, okay, that is lived beyond this body. Again, these are just our meat suits. I think that is hilarious. People call it meat suits. I used to call it container. Now I'm starting to call it meat suit. I get it. But yeah, this is just a physical manifestation of your spirit. There's a bigger essence of you, okay? And it's guiding you, and it's always with you, and it loves you unconditionally. But it always has its own point of view on the same thing you are looking at. And anytime you are looking in opposition of what you want, it's going to communicate with you through emotion. And if you are both on the same point of view about things, you're going to feel really, really good. You are going to feel resonance. And when you don't, it is the fact that you are turned away. You are not focused on your inner being's same point of view, and you're looking at it this way. The only way, it's never going to come with you here. It's always going to stay in the good energy. And that's why when you fall back into that resonance with source, it feels so good. Okay? Remember, you have that guidance. Talk to that guidance. Feel the emotion. So get lost in the emotion. Recognize it is your inner being communicating with you to redirect you, to help you bring to you what it is you desire. Isn't that amazing to know? So every time I get lost in a negative emotion, it finally hits me and I start laughing at myself, even though I was crying minutes earlier, because I realized, oh my God, thank you, inner being. And then I feel that resonance. I tap back into the vortex and I'm like, yes. Some of you know exactly what I mean. Some of you new listeners may not know these terms I mean, but you will get to know them. And I really appreciate you being here. If you are new, thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning into this energy today. I want you to take a moment before this episode is over, and I want you to think of a memory that you felt most free, you felt most happy. And if you can't think of one, I want you to try creating one. Now, wherever your energy's at might be hard for you to find this. And then just acknowledge that I'm not in a vicinity of that energy to even feel this. And just having that awareness is an amazing tool and skill. And so you should be patting yourself on the back. Like, I'm a conscious creator. I'm recognizing that. And so from now until next week's episode, I really just want you practicing being in creator mode. Practice it. That's all. That's all it takes. And you're going to start noticing the difference when you practice and when you respond. If you're tuning in for the first time and you're a new subscriber, thank you so much for being here. I love that you're here. Leave a comment below. Let me know you're new to this Dream Creation Station community. I really appreciate you being here. And if you've been an active, loyal listener, always coming through and watching the episodes, I truly appreciate you so much. This is an energetic exchange that we do every single week, and I can't thank you enough for being here. I'll see you in the next episode.